Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Junkie podcast. Hopefully, you're having a good week. It's another Thursday. We're down to the back end of the week. Always exciting. Hopefully, it means there's some golf in your future. And, before we get into today's episode, I just want to let you know this episode brought to you by Titleist, the brand new Pro V1, Pro V1X golf balls. And listen, we all aspire to outperform the player we were yesterday. This takes practice, commitment, and trusting your golf ball will perform the way you need it to on every type of shot. The new Titleist Pro V1 and Pro V1X are the most advanced yet and will help reward your best swings like never before. Both models are longer, even more consistent, and feature unrivaled control. Pro V1 is the best combination of distance, spin, and feel in the game and delivers a penetrating ball flight, where Pro V1X flies higher, spins more in the short game, while still giving you low spin on longer shots to maximize your distance. Find out more about the new Pro V1 and Pro V1X, including which is the best choice for your game, at Titleist.com. That is true. Titleist.com. Go check out the Pro V1, Pro V1X. I have looking over at my desk or my workbench over there, and got about 3 dozen sitting there waiting for the golf outing. So I know it was pretty funny. The first question I got today, I'm recording this on Wednesday as usual, the day before, and the first question I got in my Q&A, my Instagram Q&A, which if you don't follow me on Instagram, please do, at @ClubJunkiePod. Every week I do a little Q&A. Most of the stuff is about, equipment, shafts, or whatever. First question I think today was, how do I get into your golf outing? And listen, we kind of jokingly call it the gold standard. It is a blast. We get way too into it. We take it, far too seriously until we get to playing, and then it turns into just having a blast. So I appreciate the asking of getting in. Right now, it's invite only. It is an invitation only endeavor, and we have a couple guys on the waiting list, which I think later on one of my brother's buddies also commented that he has been on the waiting list for a couple years, and he has not made it in yet. Much like most of us with our Masters ticket lotto applications, he has not made it in either yet. So it's coming around. So next Thursday I will be up north, as we call it here in Michigan. Everybody always calls it up north, but we will be up at Shanty Creek for our legendary Saragwa golf outing. And yes, Saragwa it's SRAGGW. And it is probably one of the worst acronyms ever brought up, but it works. I didn't bring it up. This was before I played in the group. But the Saragwa is the Scott Ruhlman annual Golf Guys weekend, and Scott was a good friend of a lot of the guys there. He was younger than me. He was my younger brother's very good friend, and he unfortunately passed away when he was in high school. So that was a very sad thing. He was a hilarious guy, hilarious kid. Gave him a lot of crap when he was hanging out at my parents' house and stuff like that. But super nice guy, really talented athlete, stuff like that. And he unfortunately, unexpectedly passed away before he graduated, which was sad. So the golf outing is proudly named after him. And I think there's actually like a little kind of scholarship fund to my old high school and stuff that is in his name that some of the money from our event goes to, which is pretty cool. So it's a fun thing. But always excited, and this year is a little extra special because I'm captain this year, so rocking the captaincy this year, and my team is, I think, pretty strong. I'm pretty confident. I know there's been a lot of smack talked between the other team and ourselves through email and text threads and whatever, Instagram chats, whatever, a lot of smack being talked, but I'm pretty confident in my team. I like where we are from top to bottom, and I think we're going to cause a problem. So I'm excited to go, and so I'm dedicating half the show to kind of the what's in the bag type thing for what I'm planning on bringing down to or up to Shanty Creek for the weekend. Because if you don't know, or this maybe you haven't heard from previous years, I do roll in there with 2 full bags of clubs, typically maybe 3 full total drivers, extra driver shaft, whatever, but I tend to bring a handful of gear down to this thing because you never know. If you get out there and the first day the stuff's just not going right, whatever, you want to be able to have that option to switch a few things out and change things up going forward the rest of the week, because you got to win points. You got to win points and do all that. So it's a lot of fun, and with all the kind of testing and putting things through and tinkering and all that, I think I'm getting it pretty narrowed down to what I'm pretty positive of what's going to be in the starter bag. It's just a matter of what I'm bringing as a backup is going to be, kind of the interesting part, because that's the part that I haven't quite nailed down yet. And part of it is because I'm kind of waiting on some parts to hopefully build or, mess around with some clubs before I go. So there's a good chance I rock up there with a second backup bag with irons or whatever that I may have never played. So that will be definitely, there's actually a very good chance, greater than not chance that would happen. I'm just waiting to see if the old legendary Golf Works over there down in Ohio can get me some ferrules and parts before I leave next week. So might have also seen that I showed on, I think, my Instagram stories that stamping my ball markers. Every year I do ball markers for all 16 guys, both teams. Even though I'm on one team, I'll do them for both. So we do 16 ball markers, just kind of commemorate the event, and everybody's initials are on them and all that. So started stamping those. I'm doing hexagons this year, which is something a little different. I was really hoping to go with kind of the like a square with that kind of crescent cut out of it, so you could really mark your ball. But unfortunately, the company that ordered those through didn't have enough in stock, and they weren't going to be in stock before I left. So I was not going to be able to get those. So we went with hexagons this year, which I think are pretty cool, and started stamping those. So we'll get those all done, and then we're ready to rock and roll, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to go. I think we just got our what we call the main brochure of what we're doing and where we're going and all the details on there. We just got that today, so just got that Wednesday, and right now we're looking. It's looking pretty good. So we're going to. We just got that sheet, and I was looking at it earlier, and it looks like. So we go up, a handful of us are going up Thursday. So about 11 of the 16 guys go up Thursday, and we play 18. Now that used to be a 36-hole optional day, and some guys would go up and play 36 on Thursday, and that would be not connected to the actual outing itself. It's just going up and playing. So there's, I think, 11 of us going up. We're going to go up and play the Chief up in Bel Air, Michigan, which works out great because the Chief is almost right across the street from Shanty Creek, which is where we're playing. But we're going up there Thursday, going to play 18 then, spend the night, and then get up the next morning and be ready to go for the first tee time, which is a little, the first day we keep it a little later in the day, but the second day, Saturday, you better be ready to go because it's like a 7 a.m. tee time. So it's early and rocking. So Thursday will be fun. It's one of those, everybody be up there. We'll put some little kind of competition. Some people were talking we'll do stroke play with handicaps or something like that, and see who wins, and then maybe throw a little prize out there for whoever wins that. But it's totally optional if you want to get in on that and play. This is the first year I'm going up Thursday. Every year I've not gone up Thursdays just because my golf league's on Thursday, and typically I've missed a couple weeks right up in front of it, so I just feel like I keep missing all these weeks for my Thursday league. So this is the first week I'm going to go up Thursday and get an extra 18 in, and I'm kind of glad we moved it 18 because we go 36 Friday, 36 Saturday, 18 Sunday, and we go home. This year you're going to be, if you go the full gamut, there's the optional Thursday, which I'm doing, but then on Sunday there's an optional round in the afternoon. So you could go 18, 36, 36, 36 and go home, which is just an absolute gauntlet to run through. I'm not doing that. I'm going to go up Thursday, play, but I'm leaving Sunday after the first round. I'm going home. So I'm usually pretty tired of them. I am the oldest guy in the group, so I think that is a decent excuse why I get to leave early, and I shouldn't be penalized or made fun of or anything like that for it. But yeah, so we're going to go up Thursday, play a little bit, play a little 18 holes at the Chief, which I've heard of. I've never played it. I've heard of it, all that, but I've never actually played the Chief. So excited to do that. It looks pretty nice from just photos and things like that. And then Friday we get going, and we basically play 36 on Friday. So 10 o'clock is our first tee time, and then we have a 4 o'clock tee time. So we're finishing up right as daylight's running out, we're finishing up. So the last couple groups there could be playing in some dark times, but 10 o'clock we go out, and the first 9 we play a shamble. Shamble where you both basically take a hit driver, pick the best one, play your own ball the rest of the way, and then best ball. So that'll be the first round in the morning. Or the first 9 will be shamble, second 9 will be best ball, and then in the afternoon, switch up your partners. You go in modified alternate shot and two-man scramble. So modified alternate shot, both guys hit drives. You take the best one, and then whoever hit the drive, the other person plays the next shot. So, if myself and a partner, we use my drive, my partner hits the next shot, alternate shot the whole way in. And we do it that way just because it takes a lot of pressure off guys to have to play true alternate shot and roll out there and hit drivers and things, hit drives and only have one drive and all that. So it makes it a little easier and a little more playable. And in the afternoon, sometimes some beverages are consumed, and you need to make sure you have a second shot or a safe shot out there. So we do a modified alternate shot, which is nice. And then your two-man scramble out there for the afternoon, the late evening, we'll call it evening round out there, which thankfully that is kind of the last, because again, if you have cold beverages, it may be tough. But and then in the morning, the next morning, 7 a.m. Tee time, and I'll tell you this, that there's a couple guys in the group who we're a little worried if they're going to make it there on time or not. And there's been some close calls. There's been some. I remember there was one year where, half the groups had already teed off, and the last 2 guys came rolling up on their cart, and it was rough. We had to kind of tell the starter we didn't know if these guys are going to make it, but we get there on time. But 7 a.m.'s early. But we like to get rocking and rolling, and then we walk off at 7 a.m. Two-man scramble, shamble. So kind of similar formats, and then in the afternoon, best ball alternate shot, which is that's going to be that's a tough one. I mean, you get to play both those, and we figured these up by just drawing out of a hat. So we basically said, had all the formats in a hat, and basically went, all right, Friday morning, what are we playing? Pick one out of a hat. All right, we're doing shamble. So these are totally random. We don't pick them this way or whatever. They're totally random. And then the afternoon, best ball modified alternate shot. That could be a little tough on a Saturday afternoon, again, as the heat, sun, beverages, all that have taken their toll on you for 36 and another 36. That's usually a tough one. So modified alternate shot and that second 9 could be there could be some big numbers rolling in with that one there. And then Sunday is your singles match play. So Sunday singles match play, that's the one round where we will kind of switch up who's playing who. You have the ability, like myself as a captain and the other captain, Wes, we both have the options to go out and switch up our teams or our matchups, or at least propose different switches. And usually it's just looking and saying, and it's like every group, there's going to be a couple guys who play way below where they should. They're if they're a 10 handicap, they're playing like a 15 or so or higher, just don't have it that week. And then there's also, every year a guy or two who, is a higher handicap who plays like a lower. So we may go through and modify a few things. Not much usually changes. Maybe 1 or 2 may change, but that's about it. Nothing ever gets like blown up and totally redone for that Sunday round. And then Sunday, like I said, 18-hole match play. You and a person, myself, I'll be playing Wes, who's the other captain. Him and I will be playing each other in the last group. And it has so far never come down to that last match or the last foursome. It's never come down to those 2 matches ever. It's usually been handled by middle of the Sunday matches. It's usually kind of done and over. But who knows? This year, we'll see. I think it was last year was one of the closer matches. This year could be another one. We'll just have to kind of wait and see. But that's always fun. So yeah, 2-man or one player versus player, best or match play, stroke play, and we try to match up. A lot of the guys do have handicaps, but we try to pretty much just match people up with their handicap with guys that they play with, so that way we don't have to factor in handicaps and stuff like that. We've thought about it. There's been talk about it, and it's just another one of those things that you toss in and just has to be calculated for and scored and all that. And so we kind of do it as best we can of just keeping people matched up as evenly as possible, and it's worked out, pretty well. There's never, I think one year, one of the first years they did it, there was a guy who just doesn't golf, and I think he lost 17.5 to 1.5 in a singles match or something like that. But that's never happened. Last year was a big one. There was I think it was like a 15.5 to like a 2.5 or something. And it was weird because the guy who got beat, our boy Drake, just played god awful. I mean, just went out there and I think just was gassed, had nothing left in the tank, and just couldn't put a good round together. And the guy, and I guess was hitting balls that weren't even like golf shots. I mean, he was just shanking stuff and topping it, and he was just everywhere. So a rough go there, but that's a pretty uncommon thing to see. That usually doesn't happen. Most guys are pretty close. I remember last year, I think I squeaked out a win. I want to say I might have played Wes last year. I don't remember. Was it Wes? It might have been. And I think I beat him on the 18th hole. I think I kind of like, I won a lot of the front. Then he came back on the back nine, played really well, and kind of took it. It was up big. And then I think I made par or something on the last hole. He made bogey. Like it was, it ended on par 3 or something like that. And I think I hit the green. He was just off. I think I made par, and he made bogey. And I think we were like 1 point different or something like that. So it was really close. It was a whole lot of fun, and I'm super excited. I'm super excited. I went out. Our team colors are going to be kind of blue and kind of like a periwinkle color. We're going because every year. We got a guy in our group, Andrew, who's his family business is doing like embroidered custom things, trophies, all sorts of stuff. So we do team shirts every year. As a captain, you get to pick what shirt you want your team to wear for the Sunday matchup. And I believe Wes's team is going with a. Well, I don't want to break it. I don't know if anybody, like his whole team, may not know. It's kind of a surprise. So I won't say what his team's wearing, but mine is going kind of a blue color, and we're going to go blue and khaki for ours. Went out, got a brand new pair of shoes. I found some like Cole Haan saddles that are white and navy that should match the shirt pretty well. So I'm going to rock those on Sunday. But it's we go that deep into it. We do a whole little swag bag. One of the guy who does all this stuff opens up a little online store, and we do Saragua branded merchandise that we can purchase in excess, because our fee of what we pay to get in covers, like, we get like a shirt. There's like, a bag of kind of, you get a lot of stuff like tees, ball markers, all sorts of stuff. And usually there's some surprise stuff in there. Like some years it's hats. One year it was duffel bags, which is really cool. We've done towels, we've done, whatever. So we get a little swag bag of stuff that has, the logo and all the stuff, and all that. Sometimes there's funny things. We got towels that, listed all the restrooms on one of the courses, or on all the 4 courses we played. It listed like what hole the restrooms were at and stuff like that, which is pretty funny. Bag tags. There's just a bunch of cool little things that we get with it. And then, you have your shirt for the match, and then you can buy additional things as well. And I think this year I went t-shirt, polo, at least one hat, and maybe something else. I ordered a handful of things, but we do a little store. A bunch of us order more stuff, and it's just a whole lot of fun. And we just go, we take it more serious than I think we really should in terms of the planning and execution and all that. And then when you get on the course, I mean, you're out there and you're playing against 2 other guys, and you're riding in your car. You and your teammate are in one car, they're in another, and you're playing. But it's not. I mean, you want to beat the other team, and that's the whole goal, and everybody wants to win. But it is not so cutthroat that you're not going to have a beverage with the boys over there, have some laughs, make some jokes, whatever. Those things are just part of it. And a lot of us have known each other a long, long time. There's me and my buddy Brian, who I've known him since 1st or 2nd grade. My brother and all their friends I've known for years and years and years. We all went to the same high school. And most of the guys in the group went to the same high school. There's I think just a couple who didn't. So everybody kind of knows each other in some way or shape or form. And then I think this is my 5th year in this group, and we've had the same 16 guys for the past 5 years, except for 1 year. Last year, our buddy Chris, him and his wife had just had a baby, and it wasn't wasn't really ready for him to go. So he had to sit back. We found a 1 year replacement. We let the person know, hey, you're on the 1 year list, a 1 year contract. And unfortunately, and if somebody drops out, you can be back in. But right now, everybody comes in every year, which is pretty cool. It's pretty fun. Every year, who you're going to see. Everybody's going to hang out, and it's an absolute blast. So I'm super excited. So next week, like I said, Thursday afternoon, I'm playing. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we'll see if I get my Q&A done. I'm going to record a podcast for it that goes up, but it's going to be actually kind of a standard podcast doing like reviews and stuff. But I'm really excited. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, and then hopefully you'll see some pictures of me holding a trophy on Sunday, because that's the end goal. But it's going to be a whole lot of fun, and excited to get up there and play some golf. So that's going to be fun. Now my bag, I've narrowed down. I've got the gamer bag ready. That's going to be ready to go. I think that is pretty much set. I pretty much played it I played it last week on Saturday. I kind of brought out everything. I did bring out one different wedge, but that's it. I'm going to change, basically the only thing that's different from what I expected was, as I said, the wedges I brought and I played on Saturday. I'm going to switch those out. And last week I played a ton. I played Tuesday, sub for my buddy's league. Unfortunately, on Thursday, my league got rained out. And then I played Friday with a guy from the office at his club, and then I played Saturday morning on my own. So I played a lot of golf, which is awesome. But it's one of those. Been just trying to narrow down the bag to know what I'm bringing and what's going to be in the backup bag. So the starting. So I'll get into the starting bag first. All right, so starting with driver. This one I don't think is going to come to a whole big shock. The gamer driver going in on Thursday into Friday is going to be Titleist TSR2. So TSR2 has been kind of my go-to lately. I thought I was actually going to make a good run with the Cobra Aerojet LS, and it just recently kind of let me down, and I've been rocking the TSR2 10 degree head pretty much the most of this kind of weekend. It's gone with me. I've always brought like a second driver as well, but TSR2, and we're going to go with a Ventus TR Blue 6X in there as well. So we're going to go 10 degree TSR2 head. Fujikura Ventus TR Blue is going to be the gamer driver. That's going to be the setup. So that's going to go what I'm going in with. I love the TSR2, just the fact that you get both a ton of distance out of it, a ton of forgiveness. It launches easy, sounds good, feels good, looks good. I mean, everything about it is just really, really solid. So rocking this bad boy here. This would be the gamer. I was playing the TR Red for a little while. And then also, I was messing around a lot with that Mitsubishi Tensei 1K Pro Blue. And basically the TR Blue just spun a little bit less and went a little bit farther. And I didn't turn it over quite as much compared to the Tensei. So this has been a little bit straighter, a little bit longer combo in this head than the Mitsubishi. But it's been a really solid head. I've been playing this thing a good amount. I've been playing this head a lot with a lot, just with different shafts. But this is going to be the gamer head. The gamer driver setup will be this bad boy, and I've got a lot of confidence in it. So I think that could be good, and I need a little bit of confidence through up there playing, because it's going to be real matchup. So I'm going to play something that I'm comfortable with, that I know I can hit fairways with, and that's it. Next club is going to be 3-wood, and 3-wood, again, no surprise here. We're going Callaway Paradym Triple Diamond 15 degree, set neutral, standard, so neutral face angle, or stated loft, neutral face angle, neutral lie. And this thing's been, same thing, but an absolute killer off the tee. When I need to find a fairway, I've been using this a lot and hitting a lot of fairways with it. And this here is playing with a Fujikura Speeder NX 70X, which is, for me, I think a great fairway shaft, kind of mid to mid-high launching. I think it's more mid-launching, but kind of mid-spin as well, and just offers a lot of control, easy to hit off the tee. I can still hit it off the deck a little bit. I wouldn't say that it's something that if it's super tight or have a ton of carry, whatever, then I'm going to be ripping this thing off the deck. But if it's, kind of a more wide open par 3 and we're playing the 2-man scramble and we got a safe ball out there or whatever, I'm going, 3-wood, and we'll try to get there as best we can. So this thing's been really solid. This has been kind of the go-to ever since I hit it basically hit it in back in January or whatever. I was hitting it in the dome, hitting it really well, and it's kind of been the gamer, pretty much ever since then. So that's going to be 3-wood there. Then I go into, it's going to be a little interesting because I'm going to go 7-wood. And the 7-wood, I know I was talking with Tursky and whatever, and I said, no, I'm going back to hybrid. I'm getting rid of the 7-wood. The G430 Max 7-wood has just been an absolute killer. This thing's set flat, 1 degree down. So it's a 21 degree head, set at 20, set a little bit flat. And then I just recently put in a Ventus TR Blue 8 stiff and tipped it just a little bit extra. I think it's tipped about 1.25 inches in here. But this thing's been an absolute killer. It goes super high, it lands super soft. I think I posted something on Instagram from Saturday's round where I can't remember how far I was out, but there was a creek that ran through this par 5. I hit a drive, and then I think I hit my second shot. It caught the tree. I never found it, and I basically dropped into the side of the creek, hit a 7-wood, and it literally left a ball mark like a wedge on the green and just stopped right there. So this thing's been really, really good. I can hit it off the tee decently. I don't tee it up super high, and it doesn't go as far as, say, hybrid does, but off the deck, it's a killer. It's super straight, and if I do need to hit it off the tee, I can. But I like it a lot. It's just consistent, and I feel like I can, I had a round where I couldn't hit driver. I was hitting snap hook and everything, and I had 210-yard shots into every par 4 because I'd snap hook it, hit the tree, fall down, and I had nothing. And this thing's saved my round. So I put this bad boy in there. Kind of nicknamed this bad though the Desert Possum, which is, I don't know why, it just kind of is. Me and my buddy Spencer over at Fuji kind of nicknamed this bad boy. But I love the look of it. It sits super square, especially being flat and 1 degree lower loft. It sits super flat, super square, and it's just one of those that off the deck, it's super, super easy to hit. So really liking the 7-wood. I'm also going to have a hybrid in the back, or a hybrid there as well. So looking at the course, if it looks like something where I might use hybrid more, if it's really short and you're just going to be hitting a lot of hybrids and fairway woods off the tee, because there is one of the courses that has a just ton of dog legs. Maybe I put the hybrid back in. That'll be in the backup bag because I'm not bringing a second 7-wood, but I'll bring a hybrid, and we'll talk about that in the backup bag in a second. But that may be switched out just strictly based on what do we need to do in terms of laying up and playing positions and things like that. So I may switch that out depending on the course. And then we get into irons. And actually, I forgot to grab the ping. So my game iron is going to be a ping eye crossover in the 4-iron. So the 4-iron will be a ping eye crossover. The one I've been playing for a while. The one that if you watch Tursky and I play our little 3-club match or whatever over at Rackham, the one that I hit on 18 and got it on the green while hitting it severely off the toe. That bad boy will be in the bags, the 4-iron. And then 5-iron down is going to be... So 5-iron down is going to be combo set. It's going to be Titleist T200 for the 5-iron because I've got a 4 and 5-iron in the T200, the brand new ones. These are the brand new ones that come out soon. I think it's the beginning of August. These will be officially released. But I got these bad boys. I'm going to do the T200 and the 5-iron, and this has got a steel fiber I-110 CW in stiff. With just a standard length, standard loft, standard lie, everything. But these T200s have been really good. They're long. They feel good. I love the shape. It feels like they've kind of almost shortened up the blade length a little bit compared to the previous T200. Just overall a really clean look. I know people ask about the badges. Yes, there still is a badge here. I don't know if it's metal or if it's plastic. When you tap on it, it kind of sounds like it could be both or one or the other. I'm not convinced either way. But look really, really solid when you see them, the kind of chrome. And they blend up really well with the T150. So rocking this in the 5-iron. I have the 4-iron as well, but I just hit the eye crossover way too well to take that out of the bag. And then 6-through pitching wedge is going to be the brand new T150s. So same shaft, Aerotech steel fiber, I-110 in stiff. Again, these are going to be standard length lie, all that. But these things have been just really, really solid. I've hit them really well. I like that they're just slightly bigger than the T100. They have just a little bit hotter face. They go just a little bit farther. The miss hits are definitely straighter and more and less punishing in terms of distance. The turf interaction on these things is really, really solid. Everything I've played that's been a little bit softer here. Not crazy soft because we've got rain, but nothing crazy. The turf interaction has been really good, and they've just been really solid irons. I've hit them really well. Even when the swing isn't going well, I can play these, and they still go. Now, the Vega is probably a little bit longer, overall, and but these, feel-wise, all that, are pretty darn close when it comes to softness and sound and all that. So, T150s, the T200 to 150 combo set will be going in the bag, and that'll be the starters. Then we get into wedges, and like I said, 150 pitching wedge, and then I'm basically going to play Cleveland RTX6 50, 56, 60. So I've got the 50 in the standard in the midsole, 10-degree bounce in the 50. 56 is a mid-grind, kind of that C-grind looking sole, but it's a midsole. And then the 60 is a full sole that I've actually ground a little bit off, which is, it doesn't look amazing because my skills are not that great yet. I'm still working on learning how to do that stuff. But these I just found, they spin just really, really well. They spin a lot. They spin consistently out of every lie. If you hit them off the fairway, they're going to just drop and stop, and that's it. And then if you do hit them on the rough, the amount of release you're going to get is super predictable, and it's super predictable, very consistent, and it's short. Like, these things check up pretty darn hard even out of the rough. So I really like these wedges. I think since I've been putting myself in some short-sided spots and stuff like that around, these things have done really well. So I'm going to go RTX6 50, 56, 60, and then they're going to be a leather. So the 50 is the chrome, 56 is the dark black finish, and then the 60 is the tour rack raw, which one of my followers on YouTube basically mentioned that I was showing that wedge off, and I said something about, like, I haven't even seen the raw one yet or whatever, and I had the raw one in my hand. So it's now starting to rust a little bit now that it's been played a little bit more. But that one there, like I said, the 56 mid plays really well from pretty much all lies, and out of the bunker it works great. And then that 60, as long as you commit and keep the speed up with the swing, you're going to produce a good amount of spin. You're going to have really good shots out of it. So I played these things really well, and I just really like the spin. The feel of them is really good too. They're definitely soft. I may get the edge to some other wedges in terms of pure softness, but in terms of performance, it's hard to argue that too many wedges perform at least better for me than these have. So that's the wedges, and then putter wise, we're going Old Faithful, baby. The Bettinardi BB 8W. So that's the tried and true gamer is slated to be the top spot, and it's going to be hopefully making some putts. So this is the one club that gets changed out kind of the most. And to be 100% honest with you, this thing I don't have as much confidence in it as I did last year. Last year, I felt like I walked up to any putt and I was just going to flat out make it. This one here, I just overall haven't been putting as well. So this one here, I've lacked a little bit of confidence. Not so much the short putts, but more the really long lag putts. If I got to putt across the green, I just either haven't practiced it enough or whatever. But I've been either really timid with it and leaving stuff way short, and then every once in a while I'll overcompensate after doing that for a while and blast it by. But still love the feel, still love the look. Everything about this putter is really, really solid. As before, Fujikura MC putter shaft and firm, the 115, and then I still have the Super Stroke Pistol GT 1.0 on here. And I will say that as much as I love the Lambkin deep edge cord, this grip, I've taken a little bit of that right hand out of it. It just relaxes that right hand a little bit, and I don't get that little yippy yank to the left that I used to get with a lot of blade putters and even some mallets, but blades, it just showed up more. So this bad boy's staying in the bag. It's going to be the starter right out of the gate. And then, as I said at the top of the show, I've got 3 dozen Pro V1Xs sitting over there ready to go as well. So I'm going to be playing the Pro V1X, and that'll be the starting lineup is going to be those right there. So Backup bag is going to be, now driver I'm still trying to kind of figure out. I think I'm going to bring Stealth 2, standard Stealth 2 head. But then shaft-wise, I don't know if I might go, there's a little debate. So that's the one thing I've got to figure out is that. So it's going to be probably Stealth 2 head. And then it's either going to be that V8 composite Sinister shaft, which then I have to turn the loft up just a little bit to hit it as well as I'd want to. Or we'll see. I've got that I'm going to test out here. I've got a Cobra Aerojet Max head, 10.5 head that I've got the Fujikura TR Red set up in right now. So I'm going to try that out tomorrow night at League, see how that goes. But it's like I said, probably going to be Stealth 2. If not, it'll be that Aerojet Max. It'll be one of those two, and then it'll probably be either the TR Red or it's probably going to be that VA Sinister. Both those I hit really well. The Sinister just goes low, so I need to kind of get a head that launches a little higher, and that Aerojet could do it as well. So we'll see. It might be one of those, and then I'll probably bring that Mitsubishi Tensei 1K Pro Blue as well. Just I'll bring it along in case it needs to jump into a head, or I need to hit it in something, because I had flashes of really good performance with that shaft. I hit it in the Aerojet LS head from Cobra, hit it really well for like a short time, and then when I took it out on Saturday, I was kind of just getting quick and hitting it left. So we'll see, but it'll be either Stealth 2 standard 10.5 or an Aerojet Max head in 10.5 as well, and then we'll just kind of figure out the shafts. But I'll bring at least 2 shafts with me to go with it. 3-wood is going to be TSR2 with the Fujikura Ventus TR Red 7X. That'll be the 3-wood that'll bring. That thing's very close to the triple diamond from Callaway that I've got in the bag and the gamer set. Both those are pretty interchangeable. Both those I hit really, really well, so we'll see there. And then there's going to be kind of 2 clips. I'm going to bring a hybrid as well to hit in case, course-wise, course setup, it makes sense. And that is going to be the Mizuno ST, the ST2 or STZ230, the new one with the UST Link Blue shaft in there. And then in the backup bag, instead of a 7-wood, I'm going to bring something a little different, which I want to hit tomorrow. I think I will. Is I've got a Cobra LS 5-wood head that I've turned up 1.5 degrees, so it's playing 19 degrees with a Kylie white 70 stiff in there. So I want to hit that. Just see, is that going to be a little better off the tee while still getting the ball in the air? How is that going to play? Because it feels like that could make a pretty good little kind of fairway finder. Hit some rockets with it. So we'll see. That may be kind of the additional 7-wood in a sense, as well with the hybrid. And then irons, it really depends. So if my ferrules come, I'm yanking the Axioms out of the Vegas. That just those guys, that combo has just not been great for me. I haven't hit it well. It's not been great. So those are going to come out, and I'm putting the Axioms in the Ping I-230 heads if I get the ferrules in time and have time to do it. So those will go. If that doesn't happen, I will probably take the Cobra King Tour irons with just the Project X shafts that are in them. I'll probably take those instead. So I'll go with those as irons, and we'll do that. The 4-iron, I guess I'll bring a 4-iron. I guess I could, but I'm just going to play the I crossover. So I'll bring 5 through pitching wedge with that. And then wedges, honestly, I think it's going to be a little funky, but I'm going to bring the 50 degree from my SM8 50 degree that I really like. And then I'm probably going to play a 54, probably a 54 PXG Mac Daddy or Sugar Daddy 2, and then the 58 Sugar Daddy 2. Those wedges, I've kind of had some flashes early in the year hitting those things really well. They spin like crazy. They have 13 degrees of bounce each, so you can kind of slam them into the turf a little bit. If it does rain or get a little wet, they still play great, even though they have kind of a narrower sole, and they feel really, really soft. So those will probably go. And then backup putter is going to be the Lab Mez 1. It's just one of those putters that if you're not putting well, that is a great crutch. It's a great crutch. It can definitely get you through some hard times. So that's what's going in to the bag for the backup bag. So that'll be there, and that'll be in the truck ready to go. And hopefully I won't need to switch stuff out, but in case I do, it'll be ready to go. So that's what I'm bringing down there. And yeah, I don't think I need to bring anything else. I don't know, something may change from that, but that's right now kind of the plan of what I'm bringing down to the outing for next week. So it should be a whole lot of fun. I'm excited. I'll get a bunch of crap from guys bringing down a second bag, but every once in a while it's happened where somebody's like broke a club or something, and I've had to, loaned out a driver or whatever to somebody. So it has happened. So as much as people give me crap, that does play into it. But those are my 2 bags there. Those are going to be what I'll go with. Again, if those ferrules come, we'll do I-230 with Axiom. I think that could be a really, really cool set. But if not, we'll rock the King Tours, because those have been pretty solid just the way they are. And be good. Rarely do I put the iron sets, the backup iron set in, and things have to go really, really wrong for me to go, iron sets and everything else. But other things will definitely can creep in there a little easier, a little faster. So we'll see how it goes. But this is this is the year I need to win. I'd like to have my name on that trophy as a winning captain, and it should be a whole lot of fun. But that's what I'm bringing. That's going to be what's in the bag for next week. Maybe I'll update. We'll see. I kind of just go and play, so I don't really bring my phone to do a lot of social media and stuff. But we'll see. Maybe I'll post a few things from what's going on, or maybe update you guys on how the match is going and stuff like that. We'll see. But that is pretty much it. I'm just kind of talking about tinkering today, which is pretty cool. There's a handful of things that I've got to kind of talk about, and I'll do, like I said, next week's show will be a little more traditional, and then the week after, that'll be the 11th or something like that, August 11th. We'll kind of do the recap of how the week went and all that, give you kind of the nitty-gritty on how things went down, and if your boy's a champion, or if he's just another loser who went by the way of the Sragwa. So every year there's a captain who wins and a captain who loses, and I'm hoping to be on the winning side. But that'll be it. So hopefully you guys have a good week. Go play some golf this weekend. I'm going to go play. I'm going down to my parents' place. I'm going to play on Sunday morning. So I'm going to hopefully play tomorrow, or today, Thursday. Do my league, and then Sunday morning I'm playing with my dad and I think at least one of my brothers. So we'll go out there and play a little bit. But hopefully you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy it. I'm looking forward to my little golf outing. I'm super excited. So hopefully you guys are excited to hear about it. Hopefully I didn't just waste all your time talking about this stuff, but I start thinking about it weeks and weeks beforehand. So it's one of those things I've been thinking about what's in the bag for this weekend for a while. But hopefully you guys have a good one. If you if you follow me on Instagram at Club Junkie Pod. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can search Golf to BRX Radio, and then wherever if you watch it on YouTube, if you're listening wherever, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever, please, if you could subscribe, whatever. I mean, anything helps us out. So I appreciate. I'm just trying to grow the channel. And on IG, if you don't follow me, please do. I want to get to 10K by the end of the year. I'd love to have 10,000 followers. We're at 8,500 right now. I've got a little under half the year to do it. I hope I can get there. I'm going to try. So hopefully you guys have a good one. We'll talk next week. Wish me luck.